boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Noize Podcast. If you haven't yet, follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Noize Podcast. And make sure you follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. I am Big Los.
Hello, Cap.
Jay Alonso, what up, what up?
Oh, and Danger Neff.
And Danger Neff is in the fucking building.
We can give up the proper introduction, man.
Listen, I get it. It's been months since Dave has done a podcast.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like, listen, Dave is here.
Allow me to properly introduce my man because, you know what I'm saying, it's been some time since my guy has even touched the mic. Pause. And I feel like
he has his own mic.
He does. But this is the guy who held me down when I was down. And fucked up right there. PIC partner in crime. Danger Neff, what's up, bro?
What's up? What up, everybody? How is everyone doing?
Partner in crime.
PIC partner in crime.
I don't want that to catch you.
They call me,
the PIP partner in podcast? That's PIP.
They call me PEN1. You know,
PEN1?
Yeah, public enemy number one.
Why would you announce that right now?
Dave,
just cut it.
If you had a warrant, I'd stop the podcast right now. Like, what did you do?
You and I both know it would be for tax fraud. All right.
The most white collar crime you think of.
Is that snitching?
I'm always snitching on myself here. You know,
Dave. I don't know. I've seen your anger.
You know what? Fair enough. It would be a very
no one carries an F-bomb like Dave. What? Fuck that! From way downtown. Fuck that!
Dave, like, it was a little disagreement, and I may have thrown a chair through a window. Real small. But
I'd be very Tobey Maguire about things.
Gotcha.
I cannot see the road. I cannot see the fucking road. I need you to fucking move.
I felt like I was in trouble just now with that whole situation. So here we go. But not just the return of David Danger Neff, the return of Back to the Class. It's also the return of the Grimy Brown.
Yeah.
He's
What's
back.
the deal?
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
It feels good to be back, man.
Welcome back, man. We miss you, bro.
Really good, yeah. So I'm happy to be back. Appreciate you guys holding me down.
Yeah.
Well, so I know. So it's been a month. You look you look like thinner.
It's news to me because I don't feel thinner.
You feel heavier.
I don't feel thinner at all.
You're not sitting light?
Nah, I wish.
Got you.
I wish, but nah, that's not the case. It's funny you say that, though, because you aren't the first person to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are you guys seing? Because
we're seeing progress, Kev.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it whatsoever.
Do you walk?
We're seeing a beautiful chocolate man.
Yeah, I'll go to the gym and I'll walk like in my apartments because it's so big.
Right.
So I'll walk there and then I'll go to the gym and hop on a treadmill 30, 45 minutes and I'll leave.
Well, there you go, Kev. Like, whatever you're doing, it's working. So, you're right now, you're real slim thugging it right now.
That more so the diet.
Yeah,
the diet's the most important part. Yeah, absolutely.
And that part is hard because, you know, I mean, now
everything is good.
Yeah. I mean, now I won't be up so late, but I'll be up and I'll be like, shit, I just want that ice cream. I don't care, don't eat that ice cream. But it's right there. I should eat
the fucking Ben and Jerry's, man.
You know what's so fucked up about it is, first of all, I applaud your resilience because I'll be here like I want some ice cream.
See, that's where you're wrong.
I didn't say I was resilient.
He said you didn't let me finish your story.
I didn't say I was resilient. You know what I mean? So
I said it's hard.
Cause like with me, I'm like, it's 10:30 at night. I want, you know what I'm saying, cookie dough ice cream, Ben and Jerry's. It's none in the freezer. There's never like I ain't gonna have it. Let me grab my keys and make my way to the store. 10:30, go get this goddamn ice cream.
Part. Don't let it be late at night or at nighttime. Let's say you got a little bit of money in your pocket, you got a car to go get something sweet. That's when it's bad because it's like I'm grown.
At that point, it's full blown guilt.
Yeah,
like if you commit to going downstairs, getting into your car, driving to set station to whatever 7-Eleven, whatever, and it's still pulling out your wallet, paying for the ice cream, picking out the ice cream, like that's guilt all the way through. At that point, you go all the way with it.
First of all, the Winnie the Pooh meme, the GIF. That's me once I get back to the ice cream.
Pulling up the shirt, like,
you know what I'm saying?
Super happy with that belly.
Ain't no guilt.
Good job. Good job.
It's 11 o'clock. I got a tub of ice cream. I'm happy.
And now I sleep.
Los is over here fist deep, right into the ice cream, pulling it out. He's not even using a spoon. He's using claws.
I'm the only person that smack when eating ice cream. The only person. Like, nigga, some ribs? What's going on? You are committing a lot of mouth to this ice cream.
Hey, real talk. Have any one of you had the Chips Ahoy McFlurry yet?
No, I didn't know there was one.
Yo, let me tell you something. I'm not a big McDonald's guy, but I can tell you that Chips Ahoy McFlurry is fantastic.
I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, it's a Chips Ahoy crumble with like caramel in it. It's great. I'm done.
My fear of it is it's gonna sound super weird and very fat because of how descriptive I am. I could do like the Oreo cookie, like the cookies and cream type, but I can't do the Chips Ahoy joint because they take forever to get that consistency to match the ice cream.
Well, shit, do the ice cream machine work? Like, where are y'all going?
That was the next point. I got the Chips Ahoy McFlurry the one day. I just smoked. So I figured, well, I got the munchies. Let me go ahead and go.
Oh, so it was a Tuesday.
It was Tuesday. so I pulled up and I did it as a joke at first. I'm like, well, Chips Ahoy, that sounds disgusting, but let's give it a try. But I knew most McDonald's they would have said
on the globe working.
The machine broke anyway, so fuck it.
They was working that day.
On that day, we got you, shot it, and bro, they gave it to me, bro. And I'm telling you, it was a mountain of Chips Ahoy crumble, right? But it was like in a weird way with like caramel as like glue. It's weird as fuck, but it tastes fantastic. It's all good.
When you travel overseas, McDonald's always has like a different menu, which includes their like McFlurry stuff over there. I got hooked on Rolo's McFlurries. I don't even.
I've seen that.
I would have liked that.
They came here.
I don't even fuck
that.
with
They came here.
Rolo's. I don't even fuck with it normally. But when I tell you that shit was delicious,
it's something different with it.
You sure these Rolos?
When I told you the diabetes was talking to me that night, it was talking. It was
sugar.
It was screaming. It was saying, you know what? Why don't you put some powdered sugar on it?
We can turn this up a little.
You don't need your leg. You don't need your leg. What are you doing?
Do you need that Smucker's, caramel jelly cream, squirt bottle they come out with? Have you ever considered going to the Hershey syrup as well while you're at it?
The sad part is an event. You're naming the brand makes it even more sad.
How about some sprinkles? Have you considered some sprinkles also while you're at it?
Bro,
that's what the diabetes
whipped cream,
was saying.
bro. Whipped cream.
That's that.
Add a cherry on top just because.
I was transcended by the Rolos.
It's a good chance if this happened in Amsterdam, those were edibles. That could be why you enjoyed it.
Some Rolo edibles? Oh, I would have a
That'd go crazy.
I'd have a good time with those.
Rolo edibles.
Man.
There you go. We're already, giving ideas to Mars.
Listen, Dave went overseas. They had
Elon in them right now.
Dave had the McFilet Mignon overseas.
Is that new?
I don't know, but I feel like Dave's had it though, for sure.
First of all, we called it the McRoyal.
Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. Get it right.
You know what though? I can't lie. Like I barely trust McDonald's shit that come naturally on their menu. If they ever said they had filet mignon, get the fuck out of here.
That's why
pigeon
always,
meat.
Hey, well, they used to serve lobster back in the day here.
Yeah, they did.
This is true.
And PT.
It's why I crack up whenever I see the McRib because I'm like,
that shit looks.
I know it
disgusting.
looks disgusting, but I really want to try it because it's actually ribs.
It looks like third period to me. It looks
What
like.
you mean actually ribs? No,
Yeah,
I know it's not. I know it's not.
that's
Y'all
pig
remember
face or
y'all remember
something.
when Burger King had ribs?
No,
I remember you ate
Y'all
it.
remember that time?
I remember when you ate it.
I definitely tried it.
no.
Yeah.
Bad mistake.
That shit was like
Simon said,
baked in oil.
leave the door open. It was for a different reason that day.
It wasn't meat. It was plant based. How do you make plant based Burger King ribs?
It was pigeon.
If you got
It was
plant based in the 90s, something up.
It was straight
something up.
pigeon.
You got plant
It
based in
was
the 90s.
New York City swamp rat is what it was.
Yo, we're not even gonna go into that.
This whole conversation just got disgusting, bro.
As you can tell, it's a very joyous reunion here. So we got to get back to the script because there's a shit ton of shit to talk about. Dave, again, welcome. Co-host, definitely welcome back. So let's get into what we
Jay's
do
doing
best.
well, by the way.
Oh, my bad.
I'm doing pretty good too. Thanks.
Jay, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
Okay, and I'm swell as well. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Dave, this will be your first time joining for this part of the segment, the segmented The Noize podcast. And let's go ahead and get into this or that. This or where's the beat? There we go. This or that. What's the?
Who's
Dave,
the
you
black?
should do it. You should go sing Black Sheep.
Oh, Dave was the quintessential white guy that knows black shit.
No.
When Dave, no, you can't even lie no more because when you were at 20 for 20 the live, and I forgot which record it was, and this nigga was rapping every fucking word, and to the point that the crowd turned and was like, "Oh shit!"
And he had on fucking flip flops.
Toes were out.
I don't care.
And it was like it was some hard shit. So I'm not listening to that shit no more. But yes, let's get into the segment. This or that. We only have 2 because there's a bunch of heads here. Oh, but it's. I feel like I have 2 pretty good ones here. Dave, we will start with you because you are the guest. So this or that. Would you rather serve a 5-year bid or a 10-year coma?
That was literally mine as well.
I gave it to you.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, I need more information here.
Are you doing a 5-year bid? And since coma's pretty extreme, we got to make the bid extreme. So you're doing a 5-year bids in the feds.
Oh. Ooh.
So that's a guarantee. That's every day served, by the way.
Or
Ain't no early yes with that.
or a 10-year coma.
Do I still age in my coma?
Of course.
It's a coma, yeah.
Oh.
And when you're coming out, you looking like Moses.
You're not a fucking mutant.
I would have questions if you didn't age.
I think I'm gonna go with coma
Why is that?
because I feel like the 5-year Fed ass rape that would happen to me would age me 50. You know, so
I can't take it no more.
I can't take it no more.
I can't take it no more.
Within the first hour, I would figure out how to make a shank, and then within hour 2, my shank would get stolen. I would be stabbed by my own shank.
And now I got another 5 for making a shank.
Meanwhile, I could be in Dream La La Land for the next 10 years.
Getting the best.
Playing my own Final Fantasy journey in my own dream. Like I come out of there as a warlock, you know, well rested. And
I discovered all
the.
the secrets. Okay.
You mean I don't have to deal with reality for 10 years? Damn, that's kind of nice.
Right.
Kev, what you doing?
I think I'm gonna do the coma as well.
Okay.
Now, yes, you will be missing out on reality, unlike like with a bid. But you ever went to sleep and you slept 8 hours, but it didn't feel like 8 hours? I feel like the coma will be the same way. It won't feel like 10 years. Now, when I look in the mirror, I'll be like, damn, it's been 10 years, but it won't feel like 10 years.
To my knowledge, I could be wrong. Y'all know I watch a bunch of random shit on YouTube. To my knowledge, aren't you technically cognizant of what's going on when you're in a coma?
Well, I hear certain ones you maybe can hear. You know what I mean?
You're not actually sleeping. You're just.
You hear. I don't know.
See, that would
if it's just somewhere like my eyes are closed and I just can't open them and I'm like that for 10 years, I wouldn't like that at all. I would take the bid if that was the case. But if it's somewhere,
that sounds claustrophobic for some weird reason.
Sleeping, if it's like I'm asleep, all right, yeah, I do that.
Jess?
See, that would mess with me. I'm going to be honest. Go ahead.
No, I said the same thing. A 5-year federal bid or a 10-year coma. I'll take that. I'll take the coma, bro.
Yeah,
that's some good sleep. At that point, like Dave made the perfect excuse. Like, bro, that's 5 years hard time butt fucking. Like, I'm cool on that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It may not go directly to rape.
Right. Y'all not putting enough stock in yourself thinking you're going to get raped.
Hold on. How long are you holding out?
Nah.
You could have. I'm making the whole 5 years. First of all,
I am going to be a virgin. My entire
What do you
life.
say? You know what? Take the butt. It's
Listen,
all right.
I may come out looking like, looking like Martin when he fought Tommy Hearns.
Yeah.
Like my whole face gonna be fucked up because it ain't just gonna happen.
Yeah.
But
You're going to have to earn this ass.
Exactly.
Nah.
Like the way women say work for it, I mean that in a completely different way.
I want that Morgan Freeman line that he says about Andy and in Shawshank. I wouldn't say that Andy didn't scream that night. I wouldn't say that Andy, I want you to think about that line before you make your this or that.
Not even Shawshank, bro. You think back to that infamous clip from jailed or whatever the fuck would it do? So you can do it the easy way or the hard way. I don't want to see a motherfucker cross in my cell with me.
Felon. When Val Kilmer literally walks in and he's like, all right, fight or fuck. Those are your two options you got to do with me right now.
I'm cracking. We're going to discuss the contract first.
And Kilmer's coming in like swole, like ready to throw down. Now, Kev,
We're ready
you're
to fuck.
okay. You're probably okay. I'm not.
Y'all going into it thinking y'all can get fucked. Nah,
I'm not going into it thinking I'm getting. I'm already doing. He tell me fight or fuck. I'm like, first of all, let's discuss this contract. If I fight you, whether you win or lose,
we're good.
Does that mean you are not going to fuck me? Is what you saying?
Today.
So this contractual, is this a daily thing? Because if it's a daily thing, I fight you every day. Again, he can whoop my ass every day.
As long as your booty
but I ain't fuck you lose.
As long as your booty holds safe.
I'm sipping hamburgers through a straw for the next 5 years. But guess what? I can sit down properly. Fucking Darnell ain't sitting down properly because he keep choosing to get fucked.
So Los is saying, so what you're basically saying is that you're okay with like having ass face when you get out of there, sipping through a straw.
Completely fine.
You know,
if I walk out,
lips all curled in.
Completely fine. If I walk out looking like Leon Spinks, I'm totally okay with that.
Leon Spinks.
And the wild shit is, when it comes to fair time, you got to do every minute of that fair time. There's
you know the
early ask with that. You are doing every second of that fair time.
That's fine. You're not going to touch my ass. So
not at all. Good. But because of that, because I don't want to fight for 5 years straight, I'm going to take the coma as well. I already sleep like shit. I'm enjoying my coma. and we've had the conversation on the Noize, which says how long we've been doing this fucking show. We had this conversation on Noize when the pandemic dropped. That one dude that was in a coma for 2 years and woke up during the pandemic. He woke up to a new world.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can only imagine what that is like.
That's wild.
Fucking
gotta be wild.
Awesome.
Put me back to sleep.
Like, what the fuck am I waking up to in 10 years? He woke up 2 years later. What am I waking up to 10 years from now?
That's true.
Find out Elon to put a whole hotel on Mars.
Right.
All right. What's this other this or that?
The second this or that. Dave, you'll enjoy this one. Kev, you'll also enjoy this one. But I will start with you since this is your welcome back episode. Kev, would you rather? You're fully trained. No, you know what? For one of them, you're not fully trained. You're kind of just how the rest of these niggas were. And the other one, you're fully trained. Would you rather fight in the old school UFC or current UFC? Niggas was chunking them in jeans in the first one.
Probably be this current one.
The current one, why is that?
They was killing folks in the other UFC. I want to live.
I got time.
Now, granted, I don't want to fight in any UFC. Like, I'm good on all of them. I don't want to fight a UFC fighter. No, I'm good. You can have that. But I feel like now maybe it's a little bit more rules that protect the fighters than what it was back then. So that's my reason. It'd be then, not now. But no, I don't want none of that.
You know what the pettiest move in UFC is? It's when you get locked up against the cage and they step on your feet.
Yeah.
They were doing that. They were doing that all yesterday. Like,
we'll get to that.
Usman versus Covington or whatever his name. Like at the end of the round, like all he's doing is just stepping on. So I was like, can you stop?
But
like
listen,
that's not doing anything.
Usman got the meanest shoulder in the game. That looked like that. Them shoulder hits look like they hurt. But Jay, which one you taking?
Oh man, listen. I don't want to be that dude that just agree with everything that the squad say. But yeah, if I'm gonna do UFC, I'd rather do a UFC currently. Even though UFC currently is fucking brutal.
Yeah,
too.
it's fucking brutal.
I'm about to say, you remember what happened to
UFC
Anderson
back
Silva's
in that
leg?
day, though,
Yeah.
Were they fighting fucking jeans and shit? Like, listen, bro. My guns is my pocket. I will kill one of these motherfuckers. Because the way they take off on people, nah.
UFC back in the day, they don't do TKOs. They be like, he's dead. Winner. And they just go from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the UFC currently.
Dave,
I'm gonna go with old UFC.
Ooh, why?
I'll tell you why. Because a lot of those guys could not fight as well as what training camps are now.
Right, and that's what I was saying. Like, one of them, you're not trained. You're just in there.
like that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm trained in old UFC fighting in the exact format that was, I'm talking like UFC 1, UFC 2, UFC.
Right.
I'm not talking like UFC 100.
We're talking about UFC that was in Virtuosity.
Okay, yeah. So if that's the case, then yeah, I'm going to fight old school UFC, because the new school UFC, you have so many different formats of fighters out there, whereas the old school UFC, you kind of know what you're going up against. Like there wasn't the dirty boxing guy. There was what you had your Kevin Randleman,
Ken Shamrock, you know him?
No, you had Ken Shamrocks and you had your
Okay.
Kevin Randlemans, right? So these were your wrestler types, but that doesn't mean they knew jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know, that doesn't mean that you're not facing against the Gracie guys, you know, that knew jiu-jitsu. But if I'm trained in that format, and I'm assuming, you know what, I'm assuming much where when I assume trained, because I'm good enough to fight in the UFC,
Right.
that means I have to be at least good enough in one of these distinct abilities
Right.
to basically take over.
You've won a competition before.
Then yeah, absolutely. Then I'd be a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu artist in the old UFC, exactly the way it is. Do you realize, like, Frank Mir, that's all he did? Like he never
was
fought
champ.
anybody on the ground. He would always take people down on the ground and get them in leg locks all day long.
That's fine. If you're trained, I'm with you. But all it takes is
if
one
you're just
lucky
a dude
swing.
in the street, no.
All it takes is one lucky swing and you
kick,
knocked out.
eye gouge, you name it. Like,
Yeah, I'm good. And then with this new UFC now, we watch fights all the time where they just running the whole fight. I just do that.
He said, "Nigga, I'm galloping the whole time.
I just run.
I'm on the gallop."
I get out the way game.
I'm changing my answer, bro. Third option. I'm fighting Lamar Odom's boxing. That way, what he does over there. I can fight.
Yeah, we fight. You fighting the same league
Can I
as
fight
him.
old Evander Holyfield?
Like, Evander today. I want Evander today.
First and foremost, you don't have the substantial amount of years of dangerous drug abuse to fight in Lamar Odom's
Nah,
shit.
but I
You gotta
promise
have
you
a
though,
story to tell when you go into the Lamar Odom's fight. But
Yeah, I did 5 years in a federal penitentiary.
exactly. I look like this.
I didn't get
raped.
I look like this because I didn't get fucked.
Right.
Oh, but I fuck with my
But you
life.
don't look like you can fight. Is what I'm
I
gauging
fought
from
for
your
my
face.
life.
Every day.
Every day. So I was initially gonna say old UFC only because, like I said, at that point it's not even a fight. It's just, we're literally in this cage with thousands of people
Right.
chunking them.
Try to kill each other.
But I am going to stick with the new UFC because, like Kev said, my get out the way game is going to be strong, and I'm just going to choke you. I don't want to stand up fight. I don't want
I don't
to
want to do nothing.
nothing. As soon as I can get my arm around, I'm going to be just, like I said, just hitting the little gallop around. You going to swing. I'm going to dodge. I'm going to dip, drop that knee.
And just sit there.
We just
Sit
here
there
with
until
it.
the time ran out. That's
And just
it.
go until Herb Dean said he's out.
Yeah.
He's out. And then that's going to be that.
I am not trying to get hit by one of you niggas. No,
Not
sir.
at all. And like I said, I saw Anderson Silva's leg become 2 legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in the new UFC.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'm not doing any of
That's
that.
what it kind of just became the.
I'm just going to choke
You know what?
Yeah. We running.
Or I'm a Brock
I
Lesnar
wish
this
to
shit.
change
I'm
my
gonna-
answer. Can I be the ref? Like, it's,
That's the smartest shit ever.
Early UFC ref is the
doesn't matter, old or new.
Early UFC ref.
I could just say, "Damn, he's dead."
That's what I'm saying.
Just be
Early
like-
UFC ref had to be the
Because he
easiest
is
job.
I'm suing
You
you
just
for
sit
that.
back and just be like, shit. He getting his ass whooped.
Because Herb Dean,
Somebody
a
should
couple
break
of
that.
times,
Oh,
just
that's
like there were a couple times Herb Dean, just let those guys go. And he was
Absolutely.
just sitting there like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Absolutely.
Like,
That's a wild little move there.
all right, maybe I should stop him before he bleeds out.
Let's probably step in. I've seen some fights where I'm like, ref, please stop this fight.
What did you, do you not see the same thing I see? Stop this,
Like,
please.
the ref was sitting there like,
He's hurting him, ref.
like, and then he's no longer moving.
It always
Ref,
cracks me up
you.
when I see like boxing like refs and they look like they're in the fight themselves.
Oh,
also.
Yeah.
What's his name? Kenny. The ref, Kenny. He's always wide eyed because
Yeah,
he's
super
super into the
The
fight.
ball headed guy, kind of like
Yeah.
Stubby. I know you're talking
Okay,
about.
yeah.
Love the way he does a fight because
If it's a good punch, his smile is so
man,
genuine.
he's like, "Ooh." I'm like, you ain't supposed to be doing that.
And I
Like,
can't be the other fighder where you smiling at me and I'm getting tore the fuck up. And this nigga just like,
Oh, yeah,
oh
if
shit.
if I'm getting punched up and the ref is like, "Oh shit, you getting punched," I'm shooting everybody. Fuck it. Everybody gotta go.
You just watch me climb out the
Everybody
ring.
gotta go.
Where did he go? I'll come back 5 minutes later with my gun because I had to go to the parking lot.
Right. Everybody
Kev
gotta
said,
go.
"Yo, pass me the fucking bag
I'll be
right
like
now."
dude on White Man Can't Jump. I'm killing everybody.
Everybody. And gracefully walk off. I'm not jogging. I'm taking my time. Whoever's here,
The ref
die.
said, "Shaw,
Kenny Bayless.
Shaw."
Can you bet that's
Hey, we
that?
should-
Kenny Bayless. That's
should
a
go.
dude's name.
Yeah, yeah. I knew it started with a B. I just couldn't remember.
While we are on the subject of UFC, Jay, I know you seen it because we saw it together. Did you guys see the UFC?
Yeah, I watched the main event.
I didn't. Yesterday was hectic for me. I didn't.
I understand.
Yeah.
We also watched the main event. Yesterday kind of worked out perfectly because we
Yeah,
did
it
20
really
for
did.
20.
Yeah, it really
and
did.
then we were able to shoot over to Pop's house to catch the Canelo fight. It just got started when we got there. And then right after that,
Shit,
was
that was
fight.
yesterday too, huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
We had
it was a big day for events yesterday. For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a lot going on for sure. Usman and Covington. First of all, shout out to Usman because I thought he did his thing last night. I was hoping for a knockout because Covington just deserved to get the shit beat out of him, but that's just me. But a weird thing that I noticed last night, and I brought this up. Granted, it's like 7 or 8 undercards before the main event.
Yeah.
They don't clean that fucking ring well at all.
No.
I don't
Why
think
would
they do
that?
Yeah, I don't think they do it. No, why would they do that?
You gonna get some dude with a Tide marker cleaning out the blood spots?
Call me nuts, but in these sickly times,
I get you, but no.
if we're fighting and I punch you and you happen to drop, you land in someone's blood that's not your blood, nah.
He's just the 30 niggas in the ring with time to go.
I get you. I do understand. I get you. I'm just like, but why would they do that? But I get you.
You know what I'm saying?
It would take some time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, it was one part during the show, during the fight when
Usman slipped. Yeah.
Yeah, he slipped on the blood, but then when Covington tried to wrap him and he got out of it, Covington's face hit the floor and it landed in blood that was not his, which was disgusting. Right. But great fight though.
It's part of the game.
I'm pretty sure boxing's the same way, bro. Like I've seen some boxing matches that the undercard, they'll screw the guy up really bad and you'll still see the blood. But at the end of it.
They don't. I don't think they're not on the ground as much as
as much UFC qualifier as you be on the ground.
And that is like I get what you're saying, but they ain't got no time to.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I get
UFC's
it,
not for you.
I get it. And then I would think that those UFC fighters, they probably wrestled in high school, so they're used to that nasty shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's how you get staph infections.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a great fight. I thought Usman really held his own in the championship defense. I don't think it was better than their first one when he won the championship. No. I'm always going to go for a TKO or a KO or a chokeout any day. But, for them to go the distance, I felt like it was I feel like the unanimous decision made a lot of sense.
I think so. I scored it 48-47 for Usman because I thought round 3 and 4 went to Covington for sure.
I think so too.
Because I thought Covington was kind of teeing up. I don't think there was a lot of power behind those punches.
No, not at all. He was just trying to get points at that point.
Yeah, at that rate as well. I don't know what it is with Usman, but it's like the way that the announcers were talking about him, he was not reflecting what they were saying. They're like, he's so much more confident in his power in there. And I'm like, are you sure? Because he's really fighting off balance in a couple of these throws.
He was definitely fighting off balance for sure.
Like he wasn't standing through and then punching through one. Now he got his shots in, which is clear why he won it. But it was like I don't know what Joe Rogan was showing.
It kind of felt
probably talking Aaron Rodgers again about how exactly to score a fight, or what rules and regulations they should follow, or whatever.
I think
I got some shit to talk about that.
I got some things on my mind on that.
I got problems with it.
As far as the actual commentary itself, it felt like they were searching for things to say about Usman. They were talking a lot about Covington, whether Covington was getting his ass beat or having a good comeback. Then Usman was just there.
Yeah, and then when Covington was kind of teeing off on him in the fourth, I was like, this is a lot closer than you guys think it is.
Usman, he's black.
Right.
Okay, keep on fighting.
Got that out the way. Covington is really showing some good.
And Usman is such a likable personality that helps him. Covington oozes redneck. But and maybe that's one of the things that was kind of deterring from everything. But no, I mean it was a fine fight. It wasn't the best title fight.
I would say out of the two main events from last night, the Usman fight and the Canelo fight, the Usman fight was actually more entertaining.
Way more entertaining than
and shout out to Canelo for getting the win over there. But we were going back and forth throughout between the undercard for the UFC and Canelo's fight. Because it's almost like Canelo couldn't find the initial finish earlier.
I thought Canelo beat the boy up. That's why.
No, he did.
Oh, no, he knocked him out.
He definitely did, but
TKO. But
that was a knockout, man. I don't know
about
that.
Right.
He definitely did. But knowing what Canelo can actually do, you thought he would have stopped this fight way.
That's what I thought. But also, Caleb Plant was running. That nigga was on his feet.
Yeah, he was definitely running.
Yeah, I did see the clips. I did see he looked like he was, trying to move a little bit.
He stayed in the ropes all 10 rounds.
Yeah. See, I got it. See, for that fight, I had it first three rounds. I gave it to Plant because I thought Plant was just more busy. Like in the first round, Canelo didn't even throw a punch till 90 seconds left in the fight. I'm like, 90 seconds left in the first round. I'm like, dude, you got to be busier than that.
But you could tell Canelo was trying to tire him out because, like you said, he didn't throw that many punches, but he still ended the fight with the most punches.
Yeah,
landed.
and that's why he was delivering that left hook to the body so much. So he would stop running so much because it weared him out. Plant wasn't going to win that fight regardless, but everybody, I've personally never seen Plant fight. No. But from what I've heard from other people, that he's very, very good defensively, and I think that was part of the issue there.
And he
knows
was
not yesterday.
he was taking his.
He forgot all about that skill yesterday.
And he knows D Smoke. He's a friend of D Smoke.
I
really want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo now.
That'd be great.
That's the fight that I think should happen now. Like.
And there wasn't even any sort of build for it either. Do you think they even have that like really in mind right now?
I think so. Yeah, I think with Canelo, the thing is that there's no fight that would entice people to really get back into fighting with Canelo if it's not Mayweather or one that I would think be super interesting if they found a way to get Andre Ward to come out of retirement, give him a tune-up fight.
Fight Canelo?
It wouldn't work. Like it wouldn't work, but to get the people like really like
just some talk.
He has the Mexican fighter back, no doubt about it. So what I mean by that is that anybody on the Mexican fighting side is going to enjoy it. But that's the problem with boxing when it's not welterweight or heavyweight. Like everybody's just like, oh, okay, well it's super middleweight. What does that mean?
Right.
It's like, yeah, he's fighting at 168. That's just the poundage that he's at. It's like, oh, but what does that really mean? Like how good is he really? No, Canelo's the best fighter in the world. Probably.
And them belts.
Which is why, because a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people can't really break down what the weight classes are when it comes to boxing. Like unless like you said, unless they're heavyweight or middleweight, you don't really know who's who.
That's a problem with boxing in general. Like Canelo is the undisputed heavyweight champion in the world. What does that mean? That means he owns 4 belts: IBF, WBC, WBA, and then something else. Right? Like I can't even list all of them, and there's too many belts, which makes it harder.
I agree with that. It's way too many.
There's way too many. There should be 2 belts.
I agree with that.
Like two belts in general.
He held like 6 last night, didn't he?
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it 6?
I know his man had like 2 of them, and he held like 4 by himself for sure.
Yeah.
So,
and that's what I mean by the undisputed part. And then he probably has to relinquish, whatever it is.
Yeah,
that's
I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
that's a problem. That's a problem with boxing now. Like boxing. If there's one thing UFC has on boxing is that in theory UFC can promote a fight better than boxing ever will, because boxing is very much like the Wild Wild West, right? Like you as a fighter have to promote yourself. How do you promote yourself? Well, you have to promote yourself by being on the mic and doing so. Whereas a UFC, because they already have an advertising budget that they kind of throw out there regardless, as opposed to say Golden Boy or Top Rank that needs to throw out their own budgets for it. It just, if those guys don't care about their fighters, then that's that. Mm-hmm. But then what happened was when UFC signed with Reebok long term. Mm-hmm. I think it was Reebok. And Coors Light. They were all like, you know what? You guys have to promote yourselves now. Like I remember 15 years ago, you would know when a Rampage Jackson Chuck Liddell fight was coming up.
Oh yeah,
like you were ready.
You knew excited exactly for that shit too.
I don't know how many people. And I'm just being honest. Like I don't know how many people knew about the first fight between Usman and Covington. And then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, Usman's fighting Covington again!"
I agree.
It's a weird promotion thing that I don't like. That I don't like from the UFC.
I agree with that to a certain extent, only because we live in Las Vegas. So essentially, there's a whole billboard that's strictly for UFC fights.
Yeah, for us it might be different, but
we knew it was coming as it was coming. But I get your point though, for sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, here in Vegas, like we are the home of the UFC. UFC headquarters is up on fucking 215 and Decatur, like Southside. So for us, we know when a UFC fight is going to be happening. But for some of the problem is that they've done so well in trying to make in like the women's division and things like that. But man, I could not tell you who is currently the champion for certain belt classes right now.
Certain like promotional efforts in general is like resting solely in social media at this point. Because one thing, because even though their promotional efforts as far as for people outside of Vegas has lessened, if you follow UFC on Instagram, they're constantly hitting you with shit, whether it's from the actual page or from the actual sponsor post themselves. It's almost like they're relying strictly on digital marketing.
It's
but at
true.
the same time, with people saying arguably UFC is more popular than boxing, I'm not necessarily mad at it.
But I still think it's really, really bad. I don't think either one of those entities have the kind of advertising and promotion that should be happening.
Boxing hasn't had that kind of promotion since Mayweather, and they haven't had that kind of exciting promotion probably since the Tyson era.
Yeah, probably.
Put it this way, I learned about Usman and Covington's first fight through Facebook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how I learned about it.
Which is where the issue is. Like I don't mind social media being a platform used to be advertising stuff, but you got old school people that just don't use social media for stuff like that. You know, they'll turn around and they'll be like, "What? There's a fight that's coming up," you know, and then that's kind of that. Like they do better jobs promoting concerts here in Las Vegas sometimes than they do promoting UFC.
You're right on that. You're right on that.
It's spot
Anybody
on.
feel like it was weird to have both a major UFC fight and a major boxing match the same night?
No.
Nah?
I honestly think that's going to be the way of Vegas.
Yeah.
Like, going to have that stuff at the stadium. Like it's going to be
Right.
like Vegas weekends are going to be something different now.
Absolutely. Especially now that we're back open in that full capacity, they're going to crunch in as much shit as they can.
Also
Go ahead. No, you have it.
sorry.
You're probably about to say the same thing I'm saying anyway, so it's all good.
No. And to add on to that, like I think one of the reasons why UFC kind of took that, tried to take that back, is because nobody cared about Caleb Plant. Of course, everybody wants to see a Canelo fight, but it's like, but they could have literally promoted Canelo versus the hobo on Fifth. You know?
That picture would have been phenomenal.
and it's probably going to sell out, right?
Yeah.
But
Canelo
nobody.
That would, because once you hear Canelo fighting the hobo, I gotta watch this shit.
Anytime you hear Canelo, the rest of it is just grown up Charlie Brown voice. Just, wah, 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 wah. I don't give a fuck. I'm about to go watch Canelo.
Exactly. Like they hyped up Triple G and Canelo for so much for that first fight. When it actually and then it lived up to the hype. That round two was always going to do much bigger than that. Nobody cares about Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
No offense, the guy probably doesn't promote himself nearly as well.
No,
I don't
no.
know.
He was just going off his undefeated record, but now he's 12-1.
Like I knew Ricky
He's defeated
Hatton.
all right.
I knew Ricky Hatton before I knew Caleb Plant because Hatton's team used to promote stuff
Right.
like that because they would just do a montage of all his knockouts.
And that
Before
also
guys
goes back
ask
to your social media point, because I found about Caleb Plant when I saw the Facebook video about them getting into it at the press conference.
Right.
Right.
Which is the first time I heard
Everyone
about
was like,
Caleb
who the fuck
Plant.
is this guy? Like,
He's a champion?
Who's this dude? So that's how I knew about it. And and as a fan of Canelo, but not knowing his fight schedule, you know what I'm saying? I knew about this because there was a press conference. They got into it at the press conference. So,
Right, exactly. It's also a weird time to kind of throw out that fight too. November, the first week of November is not a fight weekend traditionally. Like usually Canelo fights Cinco de Mayo and Mexican Independence Day.
I was about to say it's all Hispanic
That's all,
heritage.
and those are usually the two big boxing dates. So November 6th was always going to feel weird. It was the same thing with the Fury fight. You know, I felt like the Fury Wilder fight really snuck up on everybody.
Yeah, no, they did.
It did.
Bro, I was at work, and I remember looking. I was like, we were doing the tour of the property. I was like, oh shit, when did they green light? When did they green light part 2? When did this happen?
no, like it came so quick. It was like, oh shit, like it's now 2021. All right, cool. Oh, it's next month. Oh, it's tonight. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, because we were doing the 20 for 20 for
Yeah.
Low.
That night,
So yeah.
And we still got people out in time for them to catch it.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, the fight.
trying to make it sound. But yeah, man. Let's get this conversation out the way only because it's probably our most downish conversation. So, Travis Scott Astroworld Festival. Man. Very very sad, very unexpected. They said that correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it's been any more, but 8 people traveled to
That's
death.
what I see.
Confirmed dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened? Because I've only read the headline of it, and it was like 8 people died at the Astroworld. I was like, oh, a shooting? They're like,
Well,
no, a trample. I was like, a trample? A stampede?
It was basically
Travis
a stampede. It was basically a stampede. The videos that are circling right now does not do it any justice. It looks like it was completely unorganized. They had, and apparently they had 1,200 security 1,200 cops that were there controlling shit, and that shit still went off the record.
Oh yeah.
The video that I saw was these kids who managed to break through security, break through the stanchions and all that shit, and managed to get inside. And then by the time police on the horse pulled up, like 1,000 people already ran through.
Was this an outside venue?
This was a outside venue.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of the spot, but it's in Houston where Travis Scott is from.
Right.
As time kind of progresses, and now it's about 10 minutes into Travis's set, to where the crowd begins kind of like surge toward the front, toward the stage. Basically, and everybody who's by the stage is getting knocked over, trampled over, people stepping on people's heads, all kind of shit. But that's what they tell you on the news. The scary shit and the heartbreaking shit is when you get the fan camera views, phone camera views, because they were there. So you see people climbing up the fucking sound part, trying to tell the light guy, "Yo, stop the show! Look, that person's dead." You know what I'm saying? Or put it this way, and this was on Apple Music too. There's a whole view of Travis Scott seeing the ambulance coming and figure out what the fuck's going on, and then look, it's seeing the body be like, "Yo, cut that shit!" Like,
that's nuts.
It's fucking nuts. And so it's another one to where I see police carrying out somebody and they drop that person because there's so many people there, and that person fell on their head.
I'm trying to figure out, like, is this like, I don't know. Can they tell if it's an outside venue? Can they tell if it's sold out or not? Like, I'm trying to see, like, was this the most he ever had capacity wise?
50,000 people.
I'm trying to understand, like,
when he does festivals, especially when he does the Astroworld festivals, that's pretty much the normal. And with that, so I would think that they would have been a little bit more organized, knowing that this is what we can expect. That's what
especially
I was trying
in your
to get
hometown.
at.
You know, when they announced that you're doing this festival, I think about the third year of doing it. You would learn 2 years prior what you need to probably control this.
If you got that much security or police there, I something like this happening is just I don't understand.
Saddest part is the youngest victim is a 14-year-old, 9th grader or something like that.
No, I saw the youngest victim was a 10-year-old.
Nah, it's confirmed 14.
Wow.
Yeah, and
crazy if it is a 10-year-old. Fuck that.
And then
Yeah, no matter what, it's still.
Then there's this
insane.
super weird conspiracy. Well, I can't say conspiracy. Now it's now become a criminal investigation, as if like now whoever gets caught, this is a homicide now. Apparently, there's a motherfucker walking around poking people with drugs, which caused a lot of people that was in the crowd to wild out and kind of push forward. And then in this atmosphere where we're going through the pandemic, people been inside for the whole year. You've been waiting a year and a half to see Travis Scott. They're already hyped up, ready to, I'm hyped now. So for somebody to walk around and be either they hitting you with adrenaline or whatever the fuck that made you wild out, it caused so much shit. Because now there's a security guard who said he saw somebody doing something, he goes for him, and the guy broke out and pricked him. And there's a whole report by the medic that was at the concert that said, no, he has a prick in his neck for sure. So this shit has taken the wildest turn now. Yeah. You don't quite know what's going to happen.
That reminds me of the old stories they used to have back in the 90s or maybe late 80s of people of like the AIDS pandemic thing. Where people would poke people in nightclubs.
Yeah.
That had HIV. And again, that's not to say anything about people who's currently suffering on that. It's just whatever that individual was basically doing.
Right.
Or that group of people or whoever it was. Mm-hmm. But like that's just scary. Was this like hosted by like the people who did the Fire Festival? Like,
no,
like
all Travis Scott.
Not to make a joke on a tragedy, but I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand how something like this happened. I don't get it.
I don't understand that and again, here in Vegas, like the security goes hard here when it comes to concerts, like almost to the point where it's almost overly aggressive, from them. But then you hear a story like this, and it's like, well, maybe they're in the right. Maybe this whole time, maybe I was acting a fool.
Maybe I was.
I'll sit down.
You're right. No, listen, bro. I can tell you this. I've been kind of up and down with some of these news clips of people that were there and how they describe it. Just you feel fuck that. Because like, let's say you're already by the stage and people trying to get to the stage, and all you feel is just 50,000 bodies trying to trample onto you.
Yeah.
At one point, you can't move. You can't do shit.
You got to run with the crowd at that point.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, because once you fall, once you trip, that's it.
Crap, yeah.
That's it.
No, there was back in the day, Jay knows this. Like when they had You Got Served at the Texas station. I
remember that.
Yeah, I was actually.
Steal your feet. Oh boy!
I was actually there that night with and again, teenager. I was with my mom and my sister, and we were going to catch a different movie that was going on that night. And when we exit the elevator bank for the Texas station, we just see a swell, really, of people that's just turning, that's around in that corner, around that Fat Burger. And just bolted straight for the elevators and the doors, because there's doors on the other side of the elevators there. And when I tell you that my mom was like understood the assignment, she like grabbed me, my sister, pulled us into the Kids Quest. There's another little boy that was like
safest place for you to be.
That's like
go to the slide.
There was like another 8-year-old little boy. Because the Kids Quest was off to the side,
right? And
she like grabbed him and pulled him to the side, like stampedes are no joke, man. Like,
and the main difference with that is like when that happened, the movie stopped. They stopped the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
Travis Scott was like the first death was reported like 10:08. The show went done to like 10:40. They officially stopped the show at 10:40.
So like it's to Kev's point, like people have been inside for a year. Travis Scott fans who are naturally unruly, real hyped up. Like Travis Scott creates a mosh pit at every last one of his shows. So that's his crowd. So that ultimately was, and I don't mean this in any disrespectful way if you're one of those Travis Scott ragers or whatever, but that's literally like taking the animal out of the cage. I've been fiending for another Travis Scott show.
Right.
They missed out, and Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, they missed out on a Travis Scott show during the pandemic because I think he just went on tour.
Yeah, he was.
The Astroworld Wish You Were Here tour. I went to that show, the one that was at the T-Mobile actually, and not even from way up top of the Raptors. I mean, you can see down when he hits the stage, they fucking go nuts.
Shit changes. So like that excitement hit. You know what I'm saying? And I finally get to see Travis Scott after being without him for a year because his fan bases are clearly
and they range from young to in their 50s.
Anytime I always hear a situation of someone being trampled, I don't know. Like to me, it's almost like a human aspect to just stop and like, yo, try to get somebody up. Yeah. I would never think, let me keep running, and if you're in my pathway, unless we're running for safety, then it becomes every man for himself in a sense. But if you're going into a concert just genuinely excited, nothing in me says, oh, I should run on top of this dude. You know what I'm saying?
You would think how people, everybody who's seen Lion King, you would think that they know how to handle themselves.
What? Yeah.
Not Travis Scott fans. They're a different age. They weren't there for it. They weren't there for it at all. But yeah, that was a crazy situation.
Was there any danger to the structure integrity to the stage?
Nothing. Just the people.
Just the people.
It was literally just fans.
Because
just fans.
I remember with Selena back in the 90s, like when she was doing her concerts in Texas and also in Mexico, and they were talking about like, mind you, security was nowhere near where it is today, obviously. But they were talking like the fans were literally against the stage, and because there was so many swelling, you could see the stage moving. Yeah. And like they had to like tell her, like somebody kind of gave her the direction. They're like, we need you to calm the crowd down. She's saying like a super calming song that like got the crowd like out of their head or whatnot. But they were talking like the stage was literally getting ready to collapse, man.
I forgot which show it was. That was just getting inside. They haven't even shown the videos when they trampled the stage when Travis Scott got on.
So loud and so active and happening at the same time. Travis Scott is literally doing this thing, and if you just look down for a second, you would see like it's something's gone wrong.
Yeah, I forgot which show it was. I want to say it's Method Man and Redman, but I feel like I'm very wrong on that one. But I remember there was a show where there was this girl. She was passed out because the crowd was like forcing her up against the gate because they were just kept pushing towards the stage. He stopped the show and said, yo, everybody take 2 steps back. He said, y'all are killing this girl. Take 2 steps. And then he started snapping out on everybody. He didn't perform. He stopped the show for 10 minutes until people just shut the fuck up and just took 2 steps back. When they finally took 2 steps back, you could see it on camera, her just fall over. Security run through, get her out. Bro, it's a different situation in them kind of shows.
Nah.
The one thing I will admire Travis Scott though, obviously prayers and condolences go to the families of the lives that were lost. But on the flip side, though, I seen the stage. That stage looks fucking immaculate. It looks fantastic.
That was your takeaway.
It looks so dope. You know what I'm saying?
So if there's anything to take away from the story, is that
His
it
production
was glorious.
It was glorious.
It was a beautiful
What
tragedy.
what a beautiful tragedy that we just experienced.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I would say probably worth the lives of 8 people
One
sacrificed.
it may have
See
been a
that
little
great
heavy.
setup.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's a different mindset because it's Travis Scott. So, you know, a lot of the motherfuckers was definitely lit. That's an hour off. My bad. Yeah, so you know, they were definitely up for that one. But like you said, man, rest in peace to those 8 individuals. And I don't. It's gonna look because they're already suing Travis Scott, and just because Drake was on the bill, Drake is being sued right now too.
I didn't hear that they were suing him.
I was like, guess the fuck? Wait a minute.
Those reports literally just came out before we
What are they
started
getting sued
recording.
for?
Well,
Who
Travis
knows?
Scott, I get it. But
Why?
He said Travis
No,
Scott.
that's
got
why I
you.
don't understand why.
the whole
It sounds like nobody knows what the fuck
the
happened.
Astro
like-
World Festival is all Travis Scott. Like
Okay.
he produced it.
So he's responsible for it.
He's responsible
Gotcha,
for that
gotcha,
shit. Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to come out that maybe some of the victims were maybe at the Drake show as well. But for some reason, Drake is also being sued. It just came out on Complex before we even started recording.
If I was Drake, I'd be giving it that LeBron. Like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
If I was Drake, I would have been on the Roddy Ricch kick. Roddy Ricch said, "No, all that money I made from that's going to all the victims' family.
Yeah, all the
I ain't getting none of that. That's all to y'all. Leave me the fuck alone." I was just there to perform, but Drake was like, "Yeah, it's sad," and kept pushing. Like, nah,
I ain't giving back shit.
We want your money too, cuz.
That's because Drake got lawyers. He got that money. He ain't worried about it. He like,
Drake is half Jewish. He got this in the
right.
bag.
This be gone tomorrow. What time?
He said, "Shabbat shalom." Goddamn, let's get to it.
What money?
Wait, Drake's first name is Aubrey?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Are
thing,
you just now finding this out there?
This is
just
information. I don't sit there looking
Wow.
up like rappers' names.
No, we don't either. But I mean, he's been around since what?
Oh, I agree.
09,
I agree.
2010?
I should have known this beforehand, but
at least from Degrassi.
now
Right.
now that Fox News has informed me that his name is Aubrey Drake Graham. That's,
It's the platform
that's a very feminine name for
from the guy getting the most pussy in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
But yeah, man, kind of getting off of that. Let's go ahead and get into it so you got your time. Gentlemen, did we all partake into the Kanye West Drink Champs interview?
Yeah, did we?
I read it after you sent me the article.
Yeah.
and that was
I know
that was
for
some
a fact
shit.
Kev got something to say.
I'm about to say,
So I think we should let Kev go on this tangent. Then I'll go whatever.
Okay. So here's my thing with Kanye.
Wait, set it up first. Whatever.
With what?
Well, Kanye was on Drink Champs.
Oh yeah, he's on Drink Champs. First of all, I gotta give a shout out to Nori and DJ Effin, right?
more so DJ FM, but yeah.
Yeah, for them to pull this off, like that's big.
Look,
'cause-
Kanye called Nori.
No, but as far as interview chops.
yeah, as far as getting on the
As
show.
far as the actual flow of the show.
Yeah, I gotta give him credit for that.
Because the whole setup came from Nori.
But I don't. Everybody says Kanye's a genius, and I think that's bullshit. There's nothing about this man that's a genius. Nothing.
Ooh, hot take.
Nothing about.
Not really. He said this before.
There's nothing about him that's genius to me. Now, don't get me wrong. Listening to that interview, I want to say about first 20 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm rocking with you.
It wasn't Jay. I did not say that exactly. I was like, the first 20 minutes, I was like, oh, there's Kanye.
Yeah, all right, I got you. And then slowly after that, it started falling.
The more the drinks and the more the smoking, Kanye.
Yeah.
He hadn't drunk or smoked yet. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. He was still sober, and then Kanye was
no,
like,
he takes the first shot to like a half hour for sure.
Yeah, he
right,
just shot early,
but like we're saying, first 20 minutes, he was
he was cool.
normal.
Yeah.
And that yay kicked in.
I understand that his brain moves incredibly fast, and I understand that because my brain moves fast. But if we had to compare, he's Usain Bolt. I am that other nigga.
He said, I'm Michael Johnson. I'm
His brain
the
moves
original golden
extremely
shoes.
fast, and I get that. But I am starting to believe that Kanye, he believes too much about himself, in a sense that he thinks everything that he thinks or says is right or the way it is, and only he knows it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I look at it like, dude, you're fucking nuts.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff you say is fucking nuts. He makes terrible analogies. I will say that. His analogies are fucking awful.
But you know what's great about it though is when he makes those terrible analogies, no one tries to like make it seem like it was a good one because he'll make it and no one will react.
Yeah.
He'll be looking around like, you know?
The only credit that I really want to thank him for in this interview is he told Nori, hey, yo, don't blow that horn again. That was the only thing I'm like, yes, thank you.
But he said, he said, he not do that for the rest of the show?
Yeah, when he said that, I was
they
like,
still had another 2 hours in the show.
And they didn't do it.
No, he asked for it one more time toward the end.
Yeah, one more time he was like, you can do it again. That was it. I thank him for that. But when I listen to this, man, I hear somebody that I don't know if they need a therapist. I don't know if they need to go sit in the corner and just talk to themselves. I don't know what it is. But
I feel like Kanye already does that.
He probably does. But Kanye, he seriously thinks, well, I guess like he says, he thinks he's the chosen one. Mm. You know what I mean? And he's the only one that can see that. It's just annoying.
Oh no, his fans believe everything about
that. Fans. I'm talking about on a grander scale. Like he'll talk to you like, I am God and I know this. You know what I mean? I should tell you this type thing. You know what I mean? He has a God complex. Oh yeah, he has a God complex. That's really what it is. And I just don't see the genius in Kanye, musically or intellectually. I just don't see it. Mm.
Jay, your thoughts?
I know that's your man's.
Whose man's?
Ain't Kanye your man's?
I mean, I fuck with Kanye. I'm a fan, yeah, but that's not my man's. No, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with half the shit that man says. But I will tell you this: the day Kanye announces there's a Ye podcast coming, I'm listening for sure.
Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that at all.
And the reason why is because there's no way that you can watch this interview and not have that weird, confused dog look like, But you really feel that way?
Keep going. I'm going.
And like I said, the first 20 minutes, Kanye he's coherent. He can answer a question.
I can say he wants to be funny. He wants to make jokes.
He can be
funny.
I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's almost like he's really searching for a bar. Like, that's a bar. Like, yeah, we heard the bar.
There's a lot of name drops, too.
I mean, 55 name drops, right?
They counted them right.
God.
But as far as Kanye as a whole, or Ye, or Jethro, what the fuck is he talking about nowadays?
Don't give no ideas.
but he's a dude that likes to hear himself speak.
Absolutely.
Regardless of what he's saying is making any sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, what I respect about him is the fact that when it comes to the industry and how they view him and people like him, he touched on some solid fucking points. Like, all right, you know what? The convey of that thought didn't make much sense, but overall, I get where you're going with this. Mm-hmm. But then it's the flip side. How, I mean, you screaming the fuck Big Sean, fuck John Legend, because and for one reason, because they didn't support your presidential run.
Which you say out loud.
None of us did. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You sound like a fucking idiot.
But if you was to say that to Kanye, he would be looking at you like you're crazy for thinking that.
No.
That's what I mean.
Then he'll bark at you.
Yeah.
Kanye's presidential run was the third little brother that, you had the 2 ports for the Nintendo. He was the third little brother that had the Nintendo cord that wasn't exactly
plugged in.
It wasn't plugged in.
Can I please play NBA Jam Extreme? Please?
No, man. I just thought, like, bro, like, outside the, and he kept harping on Big Sean, John Legend, and Drake.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I get it. Y'all don't, I don't fuck with them. I love them, but I don't fuck with them, but I love them. Like,
yeah.
Listen, we get it. You know what I'm saying? But for them to take a stand, and really, I feel like the best loyalty that I can never give you is keeping the buck with you. Yo, bro, that's not the move, bro.
Yeah.
But you want yes men.
Exactly.
That's why you do what you want.
Exactly.
Yes,
and if you're not a yes man, he has a problem with that.
You want motherfuckers to tell you what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I wasn't rocking with that. But and then the whole thing with him and Drake is like, bruh, I don't care. Neither album was good. So who cares?
Both of y'all failed.
Both of y'all failed in my eyes. But the real winner here is definitely Nori and EFN. Because Nori, somebody told Nori, yo, don't talk so much. That's the best thing you can do.
Sidebar, I know Nori is loved by everybody, but that nigga's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Like if we were, I wouldn't want to. He's not somebody I will kick it with constantly. He's fucking annoying.
Really?
Yeah. If you listen to like an interview, the stuff that he's saying or how he says it, just his part in any interview, he's fucking annoying.
You also see a lot during the interview where the liquor has definitely kicked in on Kanye. Because even though he would have said it sober, but the whole rant about, that's my family, Hulu. That's my family.
When he kept saying, when he was saying that, I was like, yo, what is he doing? Why does he keep saying
I can't blame the interview for that because that sounds very Kanye.
I was like, why does he keep saying that?
I'm like, where are we going with it? And then
how do we get here?
The way time works is so nuts because literally the very next week, this week, Kim K's out with Pete Davidson every day. Like, oh, okay. I can imagine this is not really sitting well with you right now, so let me shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
He made a point to mention that. He said, she's still my wife.
Yeah, he was like, she said, I ain't seen no papers. She's still my wife.
She did.
Right. Pete Davidson did.
PDD did.
Shout out to Pete Davidson, man. Like you are batting way above your league.
He's a little
season,
you're
man.
just
Isn't that
How is it that he keeps finding this, like, in general?
who's his high profile ex?
Ariana.
It's her fault. Didn't she go tell everybody he has a big dick?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
She said the relationship was this at a
Kim
third.
said, what's happening?
You say fault, I say credit.
He said, we looking at this in two different
I got
ways.
credentials on my shit.
You say criticism, I say praise. Thank you. I do have a long schlong.
And he's just
Kim
been,
K said, what's happening?
he's been going since then.
Now, on that aspect, timing is horrible in that household, for sure.
It's the Kardashians. They ain't no such thing as proper timing.
Right. I mean, it's Kardashians.
And he's
Everything
definitely
is
said,
bad.
listen, like, that's my wife. My kids want us to be together. I want us to be together. She didn't get that memo, apparently. But Kanye also has been dating other girls, too. You dig?
Yeah.
So it's like...
Yeah.
And Kanye's a motherfucker that feel like you really can't have your cake and eat it, too. Like, you just look like you can't have it all, bro.
Kanye's a person that feels like he can have it all and get mad at you when you tell him that he can't.
That he can't, yeah.
You take my fork? I wasn't finished. No, but that's
he's a my mama always called me special kind of cat.
Yeah,
because he was touched a little bit on the tardy side. As far as y'all, so I won't repeat what y'all are saying, but it's with what y'all are talking about. Like, and when I was texting you throughout the interview, I was watching it because
this nigga is nuts.
Once you get past the incoherent Kanye babbling, he started dropping some shit.
Yeah,
which is what I was watching.
I was like, oh, okay, you made some sense there. All right.
Well, I'm not even talking about dropping bars, but yeah, there is some.
Yeah, it's some very, very, very small.
Few.
Yeah,
but as far as I knew that if I can make it through the incoherent babbling, then he's gonna start speaking on the beefs and everything like that. So walking away from that, you find out more about the Drake beef. You find out his issue with Big Sean. You find out his issue with John Legend. You find out Kanye's explanation.
Did you know Drake's address before Kanye posted it?
That Drake did what?
Did you know Drake's address before Kanye posted it?
I knew the general area with Drake.
Okay, absolutely. That was a genuine question. I didn't know. Okay.
He like when it comes to that, I think that's a perfect point. Like that's very true. Like you can Google Drake's crib, like in Toronto. Everyone knows what Drake's there.
True, you're right. My thing with that though is you're right. You can actually Google it. We can Google it. You know what I mean? But we're not beefing with Drake. You know what I mean? So it's cool if we Google it. You know what I mean?
We can do that.
We can do that. You're supposedly beefing with this man. So
it's like when your homeboy be like, "Fuck you," nah, nigga, fuck you, but nigga you don't like, "Fuck you," nah, fight me.
Right.
We done with all that back and forth talk.
No, you can fight me.
But yeah,
sorry, I didn't cut you off.
No, you're all good. But it's just like even finding out going further. This is where, and around this time is when I text you. I was like, "Yo, Kanye's going crazy right now." It's when he went into Talib Kweli, never been able to rap.
Now that one, I didn't care for that bar.
Big Sean said my grave. She said the worst mistake. My biggest. I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean. John Legend being a sellout.
But then turn around and say he was your biggest mistake. Like,
damn, what else did he say?
He said Just Blaze copied him.
Just Blaze copied him. It's been a copycat the entire time. Like it's.
And then Kid Cudi over Travis Scott.
Oh yeah, and Kid Cudi over Travis Scott.
Travis Scott be biting him.
Oh yeah, he did say about. I forgot. He said Travis. He said I be telling Travis Scott the same thing.
He put Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z,
which is a bold move.
I forget who else he said.
Kim Kardashian,
Jay-Z,
I'm worth more than all y'all combined. Look, if you don't get your high ass away from me,
like you're not worth more than Jay-Z on a bad day. But just that's the reason I watched the interview, because I'm like, Kanye's going to drop some information about. I wanted to hear some more, because that's what I ultimately thought the interview was going to be about, was the beef with Drake. But then when he went into everything he went into, I was like, first of all, it's definitely bipolar, because we're all over the place right now.
Oh yeah, he stopped taking that.
It got to the point you didn't even have to ask any questions on the interview anymore. Now you're just going.
He's been brain damaged for a long time.
For some time.
Oh yeah, easily.
You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
And I feel like he's really is stuck in a weird vortex. He doesn't know exactly what's real and what's fake, because we saw him when he said, "Yo, Candace Owens was playing with me, trying to set me up." And you actually realize that, yo, like, I fucked up with this whole MAGA thing. But then triple back on it.
And he said, yo, I still got the hat.
Yeah.
It's like, but you just told me you was good on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got back with Hove again, and, you know, but even the weird shit you was doing in between was like, oh, that's weird, but all right, it's Kanye, so it's cool.
Don't get me wrong.
You know what I'm saying? But like, even the Donna Listen joint where Marilyn Manson's there, the baby is there, like, very high profile, we're not fucking with y'all people right now. I get it. You know, for shock value. But for you to tell me, you know, I still wear the red hat, just win. Because you've been wearing these weird ass, like, Demolition Man mask and shit the last couple of days.
And that's one thing I'm mad about, too. Ain't nobody asking what's up with the mask. And I was waiting for that.
No, and that's the thing. Nori tried to, but my next point was Kanye, his brain is like a blender.
I came to answer questions I want to answer.
You ask him a question, the question that you ask him, you're not going to get an answer to. So, for example,
answer something else you ain't even asked.
So, what the concept? No, better yet, the question was, quick time with Slime. Do you prefer this person or that person? Well, me personally, I like cupcakes around 12. So I already know I eat my cupcakes, and then I make graduation. So that.
Then he'll drop a bar from one of his records.
You know what I'm saying? It was like anything that he asked you, you're not gonna get a boom. It's like let's blend up this thought process, make it about me, and for some reason, there's your answer.
Don't meth addicts do the same thing?
Yeah. He's like, so
they might.
Like I try to diss him or anything, but
they might.
So we're talking about a certain side of Vegas.
Are you high? Well,
we're talking bold.
Matchbox cars.
How did you?
I got 4 of them.
Well, I guess after this interview, I don't know if it's true or not, but I seen Elliot look like he might have an interview with Drake. Maybe Drink Champ's definitely gonna have one with Big. Well, I don't want to say definitely, but invited Big Sean.
Oh, Big Sean.
Do you think that this becomes even more of a mess because of what Kanye said?
Yes, only because now everyone is hyped to respond. Drake is gonna respond in the most Drake-ish way possible, which is gonna be very minimal, slight. It's like he said, like Kanye said in the interview. You know what I'm saying? He does little slight shit.
When he was talking about how like when there's beef, how Drake does stuff, I didn't really see a problem with it. Drake's gonna go DM 5 of your girls. Well, my nigga, you made that bed, lay in it. Like I didn't see a problem with it. How he felt that Drake will handle beef. I think with Kanye, he'll have beef with somebody. You can't tell somebody how to beef. You know what I mean? I can't be mad at you and tell you, oh, well, you shouldn't do this because that's just not right. And I feel like that's what Kanye was doing.
That was our take on Pusha T revealing the child, so I get it.
You can't do that.
Yeah, but Kanye's reason for it even being a Drake beef, like, well, you know what he does to spite me? He lives down the street from me. Well, you live in this neighborhood.
Right.
Sorry.
It's beautiful over there.
He'll DM all the girls in your family, in your girl's family tree. Well, you married a fucking Kardashian, bro.
Right.
Everyone over here fine. You know what I'm saying? Let me get in on that. You know what I'm saying?
The only dudes that understand
I'm not fucking with your girl.
how to date a Kardashian, they're both named Travis.
Right.
Both Travises stay the fuck out the way.
The game and shit, and the game for sure ran through your girl for sure. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Dave, being that you took a scholarly way of reading it to the actual interview, what were your thoughts?
Because this is the opinion you want on the show. This is the one you've been waiting for. The white guy who didn't listen to this and just compared Kanye to a meth addict. That's the guy you want's opinion. Right?
However, you weren't too far off with Kanye. You didn't get too many disagreements in here.
I mean, there's not really much more to really say that you guys haven't already said. I mean, he's going to do what he does. You know, you hit it perfectly. Yes, he has a God complex. He has this idea of who he really is and the mythology of who he think he really is.
Yeah,
right.
That's
it's kind of like it's this platform that we call Pusalida, right? You put this pussy on the platform. I'm just kidding.
Why am I sitting here like,
Tell me more.
Pusalida, I heard that word.
Here like, shit, that's a new word. I gotta write that down.
Is it two S's?
I gotta write that down. There's C in there. There's C.
But in all seriousness, but this is what happens when you have people with God complexes. Every era, it doesn't matter who the person is, whether it's white, black, Native American, Chinese, whatever. When somebody has that God complex, they'll do the craziest shit possible. The difference is that Kanye is currently not an African dictator. Although
Emphasis
now
on
that
the
I'm putting that
currently.
in his head, don't be surprised. But I mean, that's just what he believes. He literally believes that his shit does not stink, and that it's the law. It's the rule. It's the bar you need to hit, which for some people who really buy into that bullshit, they may say, you know what, he does have some solid points in there, but it's like, look, if you filter out, the headlines and whatnot, 95% of it is all bullshit anyway.
Yeah.
Like people are going to run the game the way that they're going to run the game. He doesn't have more money than the Hove. He's never going to have more money than Hove. Drake's got his bag, and Drake, as unlikable as that guy is most of the time, he kind of just stays in his own little corner.
Yeah.
That's just what Drake does.
You gotta go
petty.
out to not like
Yeah,
it.
Drake gets picked
petty.
on. That's what it is.
He's just petty. That's all it is.
It is.
Kanye takes you to the ass, bro. It's like, but we get it. Like, we get why people feel the way they feel about you. And Kanye would have a much better time being understood if you could fucking convey your thoughts correctly.
Very, very true.
Make it make sense to me. And I
Yeah.
promise you, I'll fuck
But
with you if you make
Get
it make
off
sense.
the meth first.
First and foremost, put the spoon down. But no,
too much.
it's just like Dave and Kev are out here dropping gems. He has a God complex, but with that God complex, 95% of the shit that he says just. What did you try to formulate a sentence on this?
Yeah.
I think it was either American Dad or Family Guy, but they had a scene where they was asking Kanye, "What are you up to this evening?" Well, I'm about to give my lasagna a massage.
I think that was American Dad. I think it was American Dad.
So, and that's exactly how it is. Like whatever the fuck's going on with Kanye, whether it is a bipolar disorder or it's just a completely 100% God complex, whatever's going on with him. If he was to channel that 5%, which is the 5% that I was reacting to the actual interview itself, then yeah, I would listen to a Kanye podcast. I would be more, excited to hear a Kanye an interview because I know I'm going to get some hip hop shit. I'm going to get some beef shit. I'm going to get some funny shit and I'll be good. But you got to cipher through massaging the lasagna. You got to.
I think what Kanye needs, he needs somebody that, like one of these interviewers, to really be like, okay, like challenge some of his thoughts. You know what I mean? And I feel like Jay said earlier, he got so many yes men. Nobody wants to challenge his thoughts.
But the thing is, the interviewers that.
Hold on, I want to double down on that. So like how Obama had the whole angry Obama version from Peel, Kanye's gonna have the white guy that's like this is how I formulate.
I was about to say, I don't think Kanye needs an angry interpreter.
Yeah.
Kanye gets his shit off just fine.
It is. You know what? You need that white guy to interpret your thoughts.
But I say,
Why does Tyler have so much power here?
when they do challenge his thought, because Van Lathan challenged the fuck out of him during the TMZ interview.
yeah.
But for whatever the fuck go on in Kanye's head, Van was sitting there telling him some real shit. Man, I love you, bro. No, I just want you to know I love you. No, nigga, answer my question.
That's what I'm saying.
Why the MAGA hat? Why this? Why that? You know what I'm saying?
People get used to, like, he'll do that, throw Van off or whatever, throw whoever off, you know what I mean? So they're not on their point. Or you get people that just, I don't want to ruffle Kanye's feathers. So no, I think you have to at this point, because either he's gonna fuck himself up and everybody else, or just himself.
Or his hair.
In order for us to stop that, somebody got to challenge his thoughts.
No,
because
agreed.
it's not clicking.
1,000% agree. But that should just go even further than Kanye. Like that's a problem with interviewers nowadays.
Yeah.
They lack conviction.
Yeah.
Like you gotta.
That's why I kind of like Joe Rogan a little bit.
there's something about Rogan.
Yeah,
that,
he'll be
that's
like, well, wait
that-
a minute, that doesn't make sense. Like he'll actually say something.
That's something that's going to relate to a lot of people with Joe Rogan. Look, I'm fine with Joe Rogan. I don't really care. I'm indifferent either way with him. I'll watch some stuff with him, and then other stuff I'm like, okay, like you're on your you're on your thing. Right
It's a certain interview,
you know. But no, you're absolutely right. Like if interviewers were more willing to take risk as opposed to being worried about where the job is going to be at, which is another problem with it because that's all media conglomerate bullshit. Yeah. If there was more willingness to take that risk and take that, I promise you, like we would have a much clearer picture into not only who Kanye is, but into a lot of different shit.
Yeah, I agree.
Where everybody's coming from.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if you haven't watched the interview, don't. You can do exactly what Dave did. Complex has an article where they talk about all the things we learned from it, and here's how everybody responded. You'll be good to go.
Now, let me get y'all take on this. What's more crazy, Kanye's take on Soulja Boy, or Soulja Boy's reaction to Kanye's take on Soulja Boy?
What was Soulja Boy?
He then went on to freestyle. So Kanye said that Soulja Boy, he took Soulja Boy verse off his album because Soulja Boy was trash.
Which is the most shit he said all the whole shit.
Didn't he just say like Soulja Boy is like one of the most inspirational artists?
Sure did.
That's what Soulja Boy said.
I think both of them are in line with who they are, honestly.
Exactly.
Kanye saying some shit like that is not far-fetched. I mean, this is, guy said George Bush don't care about black people. So, and Soulja Boy lashing out, it's fucking Soulja Boy. That's what he's been doing. So, yeah, but
I
think it was in line with both of them, honestly.
This lashing out is more like Soulja, listen. I need you to comment.
Now he's Soulja delusional, thinking his verse isn't trash.
But the whole fucking album sucks. You said my shit was trash. Look what Kanye said. Put the phone on the screen. Yeah. Kanye said this is great. The most blurriest text.
Yeah, it's the blurriest shit.
Look, he said my shit is great, and now my shit sucks. Well, fuck you, Kanye. Like, who cut your hair? Who cut your hair?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, who cut your hair?
Now,
I'm sorry, I'm just reading this.
I want to touch on that really quickly.
His hair?
The explanation about the haircut, which looked like constipation, but he said it's supposed to be doves. I see not one bird in that man's hair. Do you?
This man said he called it the Britney at first.
Yeah. All right.
I said this when I was actually getting my hair. I said, if I see somebody walking down the street with uneven hair in their head, I'm going to talk shit.
People been walking around here dressing like homeless people just because he has his Yeezy season 1 and 2.
That's
so
true.
Give it time. Motherfuckers about to be like, yeah, I got the Britney. No, nigga, you got a bad haircut. That's what you got.
You got some uneven.
You paid for somebody. You sat in the chair and said, fuck me up. and your barber obliged. And that's what happened.
He knew the assignment.
He said, what number? No. Turn the page.
He goes, but that's just a picture of the weekend. Like, what you doing?
Like, no. Last page. One more over. Real quick before we get up out of here. Because we spoke on this on the last episode. And now that we finally have it, Dave, I don't know where you sit with Silk Sonic. How do you feel about Silk Sonic?
What is Silk Sonic?
Okay,
there you go.
So
we know how he feels about Silk Sonic.
I say now we know how Dave feels about Silk Sonic.
Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak. Yeah, leave the door open.
Yeah. Is it good?
So the album hasn't dropped yet.
Leave Your Door Open like that? The
the album? No, I haven't.
When I say album, I don't think the album came out yet.
The album drops next Friday.
But they just put out another
by the time they hear this, it'll drop this Friday. By the time they hear this podcast.
Who's Anderson .Paak and who?
And Bruno Mars. Once you look into it, you're gonna fall in love. I promise. But now that we have,
could actually be pretty decent.
It's phenomenal.
It's some good shit.
It is.
It's some good shit.
So now that we have a third single, because I remember when Leave the Door Open dropped, we was literally in here talking like some fangirls.
Yeah, we were.
When Skate dropped, we was like, I fuck with it, but I'm kind of concerned.
Yeah.
Now with Smoking Out the Window, I mean,
I ain't got no complaint. Give me the album.
I'm ready for the album.
Give me the album.
Run me the album, bro. For real, because like Lo said, when Leave the Door Open came, I mean, yeah, he was kind of keeping it real cool. Nigga, when Leave the Door Open dropped, I was like, yo,
this shit here, nigga.
This shit here, nigga. Parquet Butterspoon.
This feel good. This feel real good. Because one thing we were talking about in the last episode was I was concerned because you hit us over the head with something crazy with Leave the Door Open, and then you hit us with Skate, which again, phenomenal record, but definitely an album cut.
To me, I feel Skate to me is like a filler episode in a TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think it's cool.
I thought it was cool, but it definitely is an album cut. And that's what I was thinking.
Window is,
so then when they said they was dropping the third single,
it might be better within the sequence of the album too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and that's what I really look forward to.
And see, with the album, I think Skate is like the second to last song.
Yeah, it might be
But
better.
Smoking Out the Window though, that joint is a bop.
The shit feel good, and so
That shit is a bop.
knowing that that's what we're gonna get, because now at this point we have 2 records that feel like a single, and then we have Skate, which is still a great record, but it feels like an album cut. So now we know what album cuts are gonna sound like, and we know what the big records are gonna sound like. They need to go ahead and drop an Evening with Silk Sonic like right now.
This shit is fire.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Where have I been?
I'm listening to Leave the Door Open. This shit.
Yeah,
a good beat.
The fact that you've gone this long without hearing it, it's insane.
Right, Where Rock you been?
I've disappeared.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, have you not seen this man pictures? He travels. He be out and about.
But while I do love Skate, I think Leave the Door Open is the perfect third single. Like, go on.
No, Smoking Out the Window.
I'm sorry, Smoking Out the Window. Go, give me my plate, bro.
Yeah.
Give my plate.
Yeah, at this point, they would have to deliberately try to fuck up this album for me to be like, man, what you doing?
Who is the background voice? This sounds like the Dream Girls.
That's all Bruno Bananas.
That's definitely Bruno.
That's those two.
Yeah, that's just them two going at it. But
That's Bruno saying
harmonizing.
stack my vocals.
Right.
but the album drops this coming Friday.
You guys think it'll be any features on this album?
Yeah, it's Thundercat and Bootsy are the official.
Oh, I love Thundercat.
Me too.
Boosie's hosting. I
thought he's hosting.
Only Boosie got a
But the
verse.
rumor is that there's a Childish Gambino and Ariana Grande.
I don't know about
Verse on
Ariana.
it, too.
I don't know if I can see her on this.
But
But
Childish,
I
though,
can
I'm in.
definitely see
I'm in.
Childish on
Whatever
this.
record Childish is on,
in.
it's gonna get replayed.
I can
tell me
Because
I'm in.
you already know it's got to be that Redbone feel
Yeah.
if that's the case.
Yeah.
Or give me that feels like summer, boy. let me
Ooh,
tell you.
So what do we
me
expect?
You out here talking shit, Kev. Go
Let me tell
ahead.
you, boy.
What are we expecting from this album? Like, because
Greatness.
Leave the Door Open is a sultry player track. Skate is a skating record. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Smoking in the Window, which is technically a dude's therapy session about.
Yeah,
played
you
him.
listen to it. Yeah,
This
yeah.
bitch, this bitch
When, listen,
got
when he
me.
said bitch in the song, I was like, yep, that's fire. That's it right there.
He said sold, sold right
Right.
here. But no, I think we can expect an amazing. I think we can actually expect definitely Anderson .Paak's best album for sure.
Yeah.
Is this like the biggest like compilation since Hove and Kanye?
That's
I was
at
about to
this
say,
point
that's a solid question.
it's a safe bet to say yes
When's the last duo that got together that created this much of a
because
anticipation?
Leave
You
the
know what
door
I'm saying?
open had a buzz.
What's
Dirk
that boy
and
name?
Baby showed
No, what's
to
that
do
boy
it.
named Drake and Future?
Yeah, but that was like, I mean,
So-
it was a build up to, but it wasn't.
But did it live up to the? And also,
I don't know.
did it
Brian,
live up to the hype?
Listen to him.
So
I know.
So to that, so I guess to answer your question, we won't know until Friday because to that exact point, when they said Drake and Future were dropping a project together, the streets went nuts, and
Yeah,
then the
it was
project
crazy.
came out, and it was like, 3 songs and we're good.
Exactly.
It's cool.
But with this record, the fact that all 3 singles,
We got our 3 songs that the other one would have gave.
exactly, you know what I'm saying, and the worst single is still a fucking bop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when that album drops, to your very point, this could be on some Watch the Throne level type
Oh,
success.
listen, I already said the day that Silk Sonic announces the tour dates. Give a fuck what's going on.
You
outside.
sure?
I'm there.
I heard 1100 for midsection.
Yeah. Hey, yo, Bruno already charged an arm and a leg for his
You feel
solo.
me?
I don't know about that.
Sounds like I'll be working security there.
Exactly. I might be roughing some motherfuckers up. Sit down. Sit the fuck down.
See Dave and all security. This bitch got me. But you want to talk about Hard Day Fall?
Do y'all want to talk about Harder They Fall?
I haven't seen
Talk
it,
about
so
The Harder They Fall?
You're crazy.
I haven't watched any movies lately. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like, me and
That's-
Dave
wow.
had the same
Wow.
like sabbatical off of movie.
Y'all walked
Wow.
away from movies.
Right, yeah.
It was
like,
like
the last movie I watched was Dune, and I loved it. I loved Dune.
Dune was fantastic.
maybe I got to rewatch it because I didn't really fuck with it.
You need to watch it in theaters.
I thought
That's the
Dune was
problem.
great.
You need to watch it. in
But
theaters.
I said about Hard Day Fall, you have to watch Hard Day Fall in theaters.
Okay.
I watched it on Netflix and I love
I mean,
it.
it's still effective
I know
for
it's
sure.
I know it's a Netflix gig.
loved it.
Is it in theaters?
The rollout was in theaters. It's not in theaters.
Yeah, the
anymore.
rollout
Yeah.
was in theaters because I know
I saw
they put
it
it out
in
and then it didn't get to Netflix like the week later.
Like 2 weeks later, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
just to,
But
No, actually, it is. You know what it is? Because I remember, I think I looked it up and they had some showtimes for it. I don't think it's many showtimes, but I think it is.
Yeah. Now that it's on Netflix, yeah, probably not. But
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead and talk about it.
overall, though, it's fucking fantastic. The writing, cinematography, the music, the music.
Yeah.
The music's fantastic.
I've never been like heavy into Westerns or anything like that. But I know what a Western encompass. To me, this movie hits every checkpoint that
Yeah.
you could possibly ask for. Like, The writing, the way the actors. My only gripe I had with the actors, Regina King. Sometimes her accent would go a little in and out.
It'll go out a lot.
Yeah, the music, the way the set looked. Me personally, I think Cherokee Bill is probably my favorite character in there.
Hands down, Dakota's Cap. Yeah.
Man, he was dope. So I love that movie. I think it's dope.
I gave it a 9. And it's one of those movies to where, with repeat viewing, it gets better and better when you watch. I've seen it 3 times now.
Yeah, I've seen it twice already.
And I think it's clocking in total like 2 hours and 19 to like 2:20.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a bit too long. And the reason,
I like
and then for me, the long shit at least make sense of why it's too long. If you chopped off a solid 10 minutes, and I'll tell you off the camera, well, with no spoilers, what those 10 minutes could have been, bruh, tight, like draws tight. Movie been fantastic. It's a great movie, but it gets kind of like that. I'm just like, let's pick it up.
I'm not going to spoil it, but when Cherokee Bill and what's my man's name? Yeah, the shot that they take when it's of their shadow, that shit was fucking genius to me.
Yeah.
That like I've never seen nothing like that.
This
that
movie
was
has you could tell that James Samuels, which I just fucking found out, that's Seal's brother. Which is wild.
Really? He has to do something.
That's
nigga.
wild.
My brother made Kiss by a Rose.
But
I gotta do something.
The movie's very Quentin Tarantino-esque. You know what I'm saying? Like you can tell the inspiration came from Quentin.
I will say this is off of it. Well, just to say about this, I love this movie, but off of that, Eternals was awful.
Oh no! I still haven't seen it yet.
Saw it last night. I am thoroughly pissed off. I waited money for that movie.
Like butt cheeks.
For me, put it this way. Thor, I think the second Thor has always probably been the worst.
Yeah, usually considered the worst.
Now, granted, I will watch this movie before Thor, but Thor is here. Eternals is here.
And it's real close for the people that can't see.
That's bad.
What were your
You guys
thoughts?
know I'm a Marvel guy. It's nah.
What were your thoughts? Wait, you didn't see Eternals either?
No.
I thought y'all had that in the chat.
No, it was just a little side tidbit for me.
No. What Kev and I were talking about was what you know what I'm not going to get into it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that because that can lead into personal stuff.
We go into a whole nother conversation.
That's an off-camera thing.
He said we'll talk about that.
That's for
later.
the Noize after dark.
They gonna be 4 brothers here. I tell you that.
It better be some vagina in here. I tell you that.
Better really leave the door open. Goddamn it. Anyway, Dave, man, good to have you on
It's
board,
good to be
sir.
back on.
Good to see you, man.
It's good to see you in general. You know what I'm saying? So definitely good to have you back, Kev.
Twice in 1
Of
year,
course, you know what I'm saying?
I know it's so weird.
It's odd. We had a whole fucking show together. It's weird. Hey man, where you been? Yo, we done brown kicking.
No,
it. You know what I'm saying?
no, seriously. Like
I
I
thought
don't think
everybody
you guys
should
realize
phone.
is like Jay and I hadn't seen each other since like before pandemic. Before I saw him for 20 for 20. So for
No, it was actually the hospital.
it was at the hospital.
Yeah,
You're right.
hospital, yeah.
It was at the hospital.
So it's been a minute.
So it was literally like closing in on 9 months.
Yeah.
That had been. But that's just the kind of year it's been.
It was a beautiful embrace. It was a beautiful embrace.
Yeah.
At the show. Oh, bro, listen. The minute I saw it, I was like, "Is that fucking danger?" Yo, fucking hug me, bro.
I worked with Dave, so I had seen.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Yeah.
Los
It was
wasn't
good.
nearly as excited. Let me tell you, I was so excited to have Los join my old company that I'm no longer with.
Me neither. Two different stories, though.
That I was seriously trying to push him to get into our digital marketing side, and like I literally had the email written out, ready to go when I text you, and you
I
dropped the
text him
news.
back. This bitch.
I was so mad. Like afterwards, I was like, fuck this company, man. Like come on.
And he literally fucked this company. And
I
left.
fucked off out of there.
So, but definitely good to have you back on here, man.
Man.
Thank you guys.
This
I
was a
appreciate
great
it.
episode. This was a fun episode. Again, Kev, welcome back, good brother.
Feels good.
Hope
Feels
you all
good.
resting, relaxed, and slimmer, as the rest of us have seen it.
Keep up that treadmill.
But we definitely see it.
Avoid the
Absolutely.
McFlurries.
We'll see.
No more Rolos.
I mean, I did get some ice cream earlier today, so we'll see.
He said,
I got some moose
We're
tracks
gonna
at
walk
home
around
waiting
this
for me.
complex right now.
Put this shit back on right now. So as always, man, go ahead and follow us on the Big Three: Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. Follow everything Beat Network at BeatNetworkOnline.com. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. As always, it's Big Los.
Follow with Kev.
Jay Alonzo.
Shout out to David Neff. It's The Noize.
Hey.